think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Looking for room. It's Jamison. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
This crowd, full throats, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking to throw, it's Robbins. He's going to let it go. Fires the pass, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It's a defense that prides themselves on taking the football away. They believe they could impact this game with turnovers, and they get an interception on the opening drive. It wasn't a big return, but that doesn't matter. They stole a possession, and that is huge for their confidence.
Offense getting set for first down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
He's going to pass on second down. What a snag by the defense. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this round.
Now on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Gain of 4. And that's a first down for the offense.
The Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best two conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
The Nittany Lions are on the move. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Just ran him over. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The whole Penn State legacy is built on toughness, getting it done on the ground, and they pick up a first down.
And you got to start there with the physicality, the ground game, getting that going. It's kind of a Northeast thing, right? Being tough, being physical, bringing that lunch pail.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Robbins trying to get to it. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Keep bringing the heat like that, and you can fall in line with the likes of Derek Brown or Nick Fairley.
Man, I still remember that Nick Fairley season where he put the defense on his back. Cam Newton took care of the offense, but he ruled the defense, making big plays, getting in the backfield, getting after quarterbacks.
Now the toss. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
Trying to find his man on first down. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gain.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Trying to move them on the counter. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Third and long, and they can get the first down without scoring a touchdown. Looking to pass. It's Robbins. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Washington is trailing right now, but I'm old enough to remember the 2001 season where UW won the Rose Bowl and nearly won a title. If that group could find a way, there's hope for this team. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Tennessee.
Wants to throw on first down.
We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. As they come over the football, 1 minute to go here in the first. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on fourth down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Makes a move. Can they catch him? Good job by the coverage team, and that's how we'll end the period.
That's the end of the first quarter. Penn State 3, Auburn 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Dropping back, it's Robbins. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Penn State. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 16, set to kick this one away.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Looking for more room. Running inside the 20. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
How about the defender being a feet-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll run play action. Quick strike complete. Smashes through. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Goes to the option. Quick toss. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 16, set to kick this one away.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the right. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? He's loose. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They're bringing heat. Got rid of it just in time. And the pass falls harmlessly to the ground. We'll see if the laundry is as harmless. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Hand off from the shotgun. On the move at the 30. Off he goes. Touchdown, Tiger. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. State sends the offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. He's going to pass. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Dropping back, it's Robbins. Oh, it goes right through his hands. They had everything set up on the screen except the catch. It'll be 3rd down.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Picked off. Got some room to run. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quickly complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a 1st down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. The Tigers get it past the sticks. Auburn people love to recite their creed, and I think somewhere in there, it's you should run the football well.
That's definitely a part of their blueprint. Every championship team, every great Auburn team starts with the big guys up front, paving the way, running the football, establishing that first will make the Auburn fan base proud.
Deep shot for the end zone. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Whyteout in motion. This is a designed run. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw in that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. Direct snap. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
It's now 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal coming up. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Twice they've been denied. Here's 3rd and goal. Going for 6. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that hit.
Back to throw, it's Robbins. Quarterback extends the play. It's caught. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Timeout, Penn State.
Line gets set, first down. These corners backing off a bit. Looking for a deep man. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but he's just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
Here's the handoff. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. That should be the final play of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Nittany Lions will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Fair catch called for and made. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the 3rd quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They've played really well in this first half.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he's got enough for the first down, and it'll be at the 35.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. To the air on first down. It's complete to the right. Shakes off the tackle. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience, bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
The give to the back. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Touchdown, Auburn. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And that was a scintillating way to finish that one, a 44-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Looking for a crease. It's Jamison. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Penn State.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. The give to the back. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Scanning the field, it's Robbins. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Give to the running back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. On the option. He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Nittany Lions are on the move. Comes out throwing on first down. Finds the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his 2nd catch of the game.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Robbins. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Trying to take it back. The 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
What an amazing play by the defense. Not only do you get the interception, but you completely flip the field. And how about the open field running by that guy once he made the pick?
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. A very productive play on first down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he lines up. They find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff cover. Stopped at the 17. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
On the move, it's Jamison. The Nittany Lions will keep this drive going.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
That's a first down for the offense. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Auburn 28, Penn State 17.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The give to the tailback. Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Right down the middle. Makes a connection. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
They go to the ground. Plows through the defense. The ball squirts free. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Quarterback will audible. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man in the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
They're trying to get to it. Got it! And he's into the end zone! Touchdown, Auburn! The AT unit on the field. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing every possession. It's going to be important from here on in.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
Well, and here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
He's got it. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's got his man. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
And you're really starting to see the chemistry that this guy is developing with his quarterback. They hooked up for a touchdown in the first game. They do it again here. These two are on the same page.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Smart move to keep it on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got his man downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the run. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on 1st down. Leaves it with the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
But how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the 4th quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had